Okay, I'd like to welcome everyone to Town of Stellarton Council meeting November 14, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. start time here in the council chambers. First item is agenda. Is there any changes or additions to the agenda? Hearing none, can I have a motion, please?
Second.
So moved.
Moved by Councillor Knight, seconded by Councillor Pence. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. The minutes are next, October 10th, the regular meeting, October 23rd, the public hearing. Is there any errors or omissions? Hearing none, can we have a motion, please?
So move as written, your worship.
I second.
Item 3 is the right of the minutes, the 274 4th Street application for development agreement. My mic wasn't on. Will let Roland take it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Your Worship and Council. This matter did go to the town's Planning Advisory Committee. It is a request to have a development agreement at 274 Ford Street to convert the frontage on the main level of the street into 2 additional residential units, which would give the building then a total of 10. The applicant was advised that it was recommended for rejection by the Planning Advisory Committee after some debate, but the matter is being brought forward to council because council does have the final say over the decision. As I said, there was some good, healthy debate that took place at the Planning Advisory Committee meeting about this because the way that the bylaw was written in the C1 downtown core and C1A downtown commercial zones was to encourage the maintenance of street frontages, commercial street frontages, and a good, healthy tax base and the viability of the downtown. We are hearing from a number of property owners, as a matter of fact, you probably got one just a couple of days ago, who are saying that they're having trouble renting commercial space and would like the opportunity to develop residential uses in their stead to try and meet the housing needs. So anyway, I guess I'll just leave it at that for now, and I'll turn it back to the mayor, and if there's any questions, by all means.
Thank you. So we did discuss it somewhat last month. Is there any further thoughts from council on it?
Yeah, Roland, just the one question. You're talking about the second one that came in, and they noted that we haven't been due diligent, and other people have been putting residential apartments in. Are you aware of that on 4th Street?
I'm not aware of any specific ones. No specific complaints have been lodged. If there is anything, then somebody can certainly lodge a complaint, and I'd be more than happy to follow up and check it out. But yeah.
Okay, no, I was just wondering because I know in the one that came through where the laundromat used to be, I think that's the one we're talking about. There's some construction going on in there. I don't know if it's for an apartment or what. Did you notice that?
There was actually a permit issued for renovations, but it is not to include residential renovations until they actually do have permits in place.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And just for clarification for council's information, they can certainly move this forward to a first reading where council will then have to entertain a public hearing. So just for your information that you can entertain it to go to a first reading, but it will have a public hearing.
I'd make that a motion, your worship.
Do we have a seconder?
Can I have clarification on the motion?
The motion is that this would go to first reading, which will also include a public hearing.
So what you're saying is you're making a motion that make it residential.
No, he's making a motion to move it to first reading, which includes a public hearing.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, I'll second that.
Moved by Councillor Pence, second by Councillor Knight. Is there any further questions?
On the question, I will state my opinion the same as I did at the Planning Advisory Committee, which again has refused this request. But I will read a snippet of what our planning director has said, which was accurate in the past, and it will become accurate in the future. The purpose of designating and zoning lands within a commercial core to downtown core and C1 zoning is to maintain a commercial presence for a downtown area. Not only this is critical to maintain such a tax space, but the viability of a commercial shopping and dining area in the town. Typically, including here in Stellarton, residential uses are permitted as secondary to commercial ones in the downtown, but not as strictly residential ones. And the town has done well thus far in keeping it this way. And as the planning director, we haven't received any complaints yet. Just want to keep that on the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else in the question?
Yes, I have a question. I think I asked this before. If permission was given, can the town make stipulations on, like, for instance, windows and stuff like that facing the street?
Where this is a development agreement, then yes, then the town council could have certain conditions for the facade of the building, windows, even like percentage of use of the floor area for commercial, if it wanted to, it could take that route. That's the thing about development agreements, they basically lift the zoning off, and if they're approved by the council, then they can put in whatever conditions, well, within legal parameters, obviously, that they would like to sign off with the developer on.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further questions, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? The nay was Councillor Lalonde. Motion carried. Thank you.
Just for council's information, that will go on January's agenda.
Thank you. Item 4 is Lebanese Heritage Month.
Your worship, before you move on, but that doesn't mean it's approved. That-
No.
I guess, if I may, your worship, this only means that it's going to be going to a public hearing in January, and it'll be advertised, and then the public will have a chance to come up and speak to it if they have any opinions on it, and then council will have a final decision after that.
It gives gives us a better chance to get more opinions, and that we can make a better decision on it.
That's why I put the motion
I
forward.
know. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Move on to item 4, Lebanese Heritage Month. This November 2023.
Your worship, I make a motion at we have, it's this month, isn't it? Lebanese Heritage Month, recognizing the heritage culture here in Canada, or Baker County.
We have a seconder?
Gary?
I'll second that.
Okay. And I'll read the proclamation. On the question, I'll read the proclamation. Whereas November is recognized in Canada as Lebanese Heritage Month, a time to recognize and honor the many contributions of Lebanese Canadians and ongoing achievements of people of Lebanese descent all over Canada and here in Stellarton in the province of Nova Scotia. Whereas we are celebrating the first year of Lebanese Heritage Month as designated by the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Whereas this proclamation recognizes the important legacy of the people of Lebanese immigrants since the 1800s, with hundreds of thousands of Lebanese Canadians residing in communities from coast to coast to coast. This vibrant diaspora has formed an integral piece of Canada's rich cultural mosaic. Their contributions have made and continue to make our country more diverse, prosperous, and inclusive. Therefore, be resolved that I, Mayor Daniel McGilvery, Stellarton Town Council, do hereby proclaim the month of November to be Lebanese Heritage Month. I encourage residents, businesses, and community groups to share in Lebanon's cuisine, to celebrate with traditional music and dancing. Dated on this Stellarton, November 14, 2023. All those in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded. Most carried unanimously.
You want some kibby?
Thanks for bringing that forward, Councilor Lalonde. Reports from staff are next. 5A is Chief Mark Hobeck, who recently had the Police Commission meeting. This was reviewed at that time. Is there any questions or comments?
And the only comment I'm going to make is that myself and the CAO and Chief attended NSFM meeting pertaining to the Police Act and provincial government. Although we didn't get a whole lot out of it, we were there.
Thank you, Chair of the Police Commission. That was on Tuesday of last week, I believe. It's a province-wide meeting. I'm glad that you were able to make it. Any further comments or questions? Can I have a motion then, please?
Move to accept.
I'll second that.
Moved by Councillor Knight, second by Deputy Mayor Campbell. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carried unanimously. Thank you. 5B is Fire Chief Michael Sullivan, the Fire Department. The report's included. Pretty quiet month.
I'm going to ask our only firefighter here, did we get the truck up and running, Simon?
Yes, and we used it on the first time this month, and it was good. Thank you.
awesome.
Great.
Everybody actually was very appreciative. Thank you very much.
Good to hear. Thank you. Okay, with that, can I have a motion to accept the report, please?
I'll move.
I'll second that motion.
Moved by Councillor Pence, second by Councillor Knight. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. 5C is Paige Draper, Marketing and Communications. The report's included.
I so move.
I'll
Moved by
second that, your worship.
Moved by Councillor Lawan, seconded by Councillor Pence. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. 5D is Blaine Murray, Town Engineer. The reports are included, both the water report and the engineering and public works. Is there any questions or comments?
You know if those breaks were from the water they're putting in, or were they
Not related.
not related? Okay, thank you.
Second.
Moved by Councillor Pence, seconded by Councillor Lawan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 6 is correspondence. 6A is municipal affairs and housing.
Yes, this is just an annual cost that we get from the province. It's the 911 Cost Recovery Fund, and it's just for council's information.
Okay, thank you. 6B, Office of the Premier.
This is from Honorable Premier Tim Houston regarding information on the Your Health Nova Scotia app. This was widely advertised by the province, and it's an app for healthcare in our communities. And basically, we did advertise it on our social media as well. So it's a search tool to find and book the nearest health services. It's an option to chat with a care navigator to help find the best service or information needed. You can book blood tests, x-rays, flu shots, and EKG appointments. A home screen that can be personalized with information. It's predicting emergency department wait times. And there's access to your vaccination reports and access to free same-day virtual care. So that has been advertised to our community as well.
Thank you, and that's available from the iStore
Yes.
for download. Okay. 6C, Clean Foundation.
Yes, so if council recalls, the town had submitted an application to Clean Foundation. And what this was, it's a tree planting project. And we have been moved on to the next step. So the expression of interest that we had submitted has been approved. There were some individuals that came down to speak with our Public Works Department. So we're going to look at what proper trees and vegetation should be planted. We're looking at the Poplar Street area. So that's just for council's information. So that's good news.
Very timely.
On the question, so does the application needs to have a detailed plan of what needs to be done?
Yes, and the one that was done by Kirk Schmidt is acceptable. So they're pleased with that report and they agree with it, and so they're going to take some of the recommendations from that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 7, Committee of the Whole report.
The following recommendation is for council's consideration from the Committee of the Whole meeting held on October 23rd, 2023. On recommendation of Committee of the Whole, council approved the donation to Pictou County United Way in the amount of $200.
A motion for that, please.
Sorry, I moved, your worship.
Moved by Councillor Knight, seconded by Councillor Pence. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously. Thank you. Item 8 is the flow meter.
Yes, so I need council's approval. I did get it via email, but I need it ratified here, and I'll just read it for the record. This is information from that we received from the town engineer. So we had to have a flow meter installed we had a flow meter since 2018 to install around the Duff Cemetery. The purpose of this flow meter was to measure the amount of discharge that is being processed by Eric to ensure that we are being properly charged. Currently, we are being charged based on calculations from 2006. The town engineer has been working on this for a very long time. We've been trying to get the flow meter installed, but there has been issues with installing it where it should be, which is the best location, which is in Duff Cemetery. We will need power to go to there, but Nova Scotia Power won't go on the property because there's no proper owner and they need an easement. So this even went back to conversations with the previous fire chief. The fire department maintains that cemetery. So what had happened now is Blaine has come up with another flow meter that doesn't require power. It's basically a wireless flow meter, and it's calibrated to a much closer degree than the previous one that we purchased. The previous one that we purchased can and will go to the water treatment plant, so it's not like it's gone to waste. They definitely can use it down there. So this new flow meter, the FL 902 flow meter, is a cost of $15,000. So that will either be absorbed in the operations budget or will come from capital.
So move.
Thank you.
I'll second that, but on the question is, what's that come out of the water budget?
No, this will come out of general operations.
Water budget?
No.
Okay, thank you.
I think that was moved by Councillor Pence, second by Councillor Knight. Any further questions? Okay, hearing none, can we, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously, thank you. Salt hall tender recommendation.
The following are the results of this year's salt tenders. Number one, Michael Cameron Trucking Limited, $16.37 plus HST. This is price per ton, obviously. Number two, Pictou County Bulk Carriers, $17.60 plus HST. Number three, DG Sons Trucking Limited at $18.40 plus HST. And number four, Elmsdale Landscaping Limited, $29.50 plus HST. Blaine is recommending the award be tendered to the lowest bidder, Michael Cameron Trucking, for $16.37.
That's quite a difference.
So move.
Second that, your worship.
Moved by Councillor Pence, seconded by Councillor Knight. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
On the question,
sorry.
that's quite a difference, is right, Brian?
Over $13.
Yes,
Almost double,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
probably what it is. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously, thank you. Item 10, dangerous on-site motion 134 McKay Street.
So there was a public hearing held on October 23rd regarding two properties. And one of the motions that came forth for the first one was 134 McKay Street. As per the public hearing that was held on October 23rd at 5 p.m. 134. So as per the public hearing, the motion would read, demolish the accessory building on the premises.
You need a motion to that effect? So move.
I second.
Moved by Councillor Pence, seconded by Councillor Lewan. Any questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously, thank you. Item 11 is dangerous on-sightly motion 129 River Street.
Again, the same public hearing was held on October 23rd, and the motion, if council will approve, is to give the owner 30 days to come up with the action plan and structural engineer report. If not provided and the property is not demolished by the owner, the town will carry out the demolition.
Thank you, and the owner said he would probably do the demolition himself,
Probably.
and we'll see what happens. We have a motion for it, please.
I so move.
Second that.
Moved by Councillor Lewan, seconded by Deputy Mayor Campbell. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously, thank you. Item 12, the bylaw amendment.
A bylaw amendment to Schedule A for the full tax exemption. This is the second and final reading for the full tax exemption for 122 Stellar Street, Roots for Youth.
So move.
I'll second it.
Moved by Councillor Pence, seconded by Deputy Mayor Campbell. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, most carried unanimously, thank you. Item 13, bylaw amendment for tourism marketing levy.
Yes, council's probably wondering why this is on the agenda again. You had approved this bylaw, but what has happened, come back from the province, that we need to amend the bylaw to include as one of the exemptions subsection 75A, section 4 of the MGA. Specifically, the bylaw cannot apply to a person who pays for accommodation for which the daily purchase price is not more than $20. So, for example, university campus, they would not, if they charge for a camp for $20 a night, then that marketing levy would not be on that particular.
So move on the amendment.
Second that. No, oh, go ahead, Sam.
Moved by Councillor Pence, second by Councillor Wand. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded. Motion carried, Nancy. Thank you. Item 14 is the open forum. Anyone like to speak?
I just want to remind council that the Christmas tree lighting, it is that time of year, the Christmas tree lighting will be taking place on Friday, November the 24th at 6 p.m. Once again, we have the Lions Club, the Fire Department, and the Communities in Bloom helping out the town in the celebrations of that. So.
Some of the Lion Club's members were here today getting things ready for the tree lighting. That's a week from Friday.
Oh my gosh. Public Works are scrambling to get the stuff up, yeah. Wow.
That's November 24th.
Yes, we always have it the last Friday
6
of the
p.m.
month. 6 p.m.
Yeah, a week from
A
Friday.
week from Friday, oh my goodness.
Believe it or not. Okay, next council meeting is Monday, December 11th, 2023, 5:30 p.m. here at the council chambers. And with that, I ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So move.